We did actually get broken into and we got all GoPros and Canon cameras and everything robbed. We took all kinds.
Just gobsmacked, to be honest. Gobsmacked that they can be so brazen.
Right, today's a new day and we've got Paul from Northwest Windscreens coming out to remove the screen so we can do the dash and we can take the roof lining out to replace the curtain airbags.
To do the airbags, we need to get the windscreen taken out. Obviously, we'll remove the headliner, take the dash out. Then we're going to look at fitting the suspension, wheels back on and test fitting the wings. And if everything goes well, we can maybe take it out for a quick spin. Paul kindly said he'll come back and fit the windscreen at a later date just to give us the opportunity to do the dash, take the roof liner out. It just makes the job a whole lot easier really, instead of struggling.
Right, what we're going to do, get the centre console out and the headlines. What's it on there?
Oh, that's not bad, that.
BMW.
I'm going to go for a whack. I need
What's that?
key.
Go faster button, what's that?
I've got an airbag lock off button. Does it say go fast?
Yeah, NOS I think this is. That there's a button. Dresses up. Pretty close that. Yeah, I didn't think that. Well, the whole roof is like you say, there's real carbon. You've got the rear spoiler, the rear diffuser, the skirt extensions, the front splitter, all the dash trims, yeah, it's loads. A few quid's worth, like.
Oh, come back on school.
You get that thing?
Rich. Popped out with the airbag there. You got it?
Yeah, I think so.
They're the thing then.
I mean, the mustard to put in because you literally go push.
Yeah, might as well take that one, that way there, so see.
To be honest, we'll do it by the time I'm going to be fine on that. Right. Little talks. Just, that's small talk, not little talks. Right, so the reason we're taking the roof lining out is to replace the passenger side curtain airbag. We've got to obviously take all the trims out, all the sun visors, there's lights, there's all sorts in the roof, and a few nightmare clips as well.
Oh, the mission. So in the crash, it sets pretty much every airbag off in the car, other than the offside driver's curtain airbag. The airbags we're replacing is steering wheel, passenger curtain airbag, and obviously the full dash because it basically rips a hole in the dash, doesn't it?
What for? They're riveted.
Riveted. Well, that there is part of it, and it's just like a squash stud.
Let me in. The funny thing's these. Sometimes they're used only once, jobby.
The clips. To be honest, it is garbage, that thing. You've got the... Right, so we've sliced the bags off just to get them out of the way. I'm just going to deal with the clips. They're quite fiddly and quite hard to get out, to be honest.
And actually a nightmare to get out, and half of them, you damage them getting them out. Oh, come back then.
Alright. No, you're out loads there. Can you put that one in there so it can't fall back in?
Turns out Liam was alright at getting them out.
Yeah, smashed it.
Yeah, he's alright there. He has got his benefits. I need to push it, it's too tight.
There, they got them up there. Ah, that was me, that was better at taking them out. Andy's friggin' useless at it. Look, Dave, because of the sharp.
Yeah, you slip.
Stab-proof stuff?
Yeah. Including you.
Yeah.
I did that dead easy. Ah, just got one out, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, full, still whole. Can we use that one?
Right, so you've got to drill the explosive bit out of the airbag. It's riveted to the car. So we'll drill it out and refit the new airbag, riveting it back in. So we've got ourselves a rivet gun, electric rivet gun, and they're absolutely great, they are. We've seen the lads use it on the signs when they do the signs next door. loads of times thinking, I want one of them, me. Because normally when you're riveting, you're either pushing dead hard, so when it snaps the rivet, you either go forward a little bit, and you can obviously either, like, in that case, you could probably tap the window. Imagine putting a windscreen through it, or the window through the side or something. Yeah, but that, as soon as you pull the trigger, it just snaps it off clean, you don't even move. So there's no pressure behind it, you're not forcing nothing. They're great.
Let's check that one.
Yeah, I bet it's about 5 ton though.
Yeah. How'd you get them in though?
Nothing. Pushed really hard.
I thought it just pushed in. I've done one of these and it just pushed in. So luckily enough doing this, only the near side went off and we don't have to replace the offside curtain airbag. Flying. Put the wire on, we'll forget that. Okay. All back together, still got an airbag light on.
Yeah, and he left the wire off.
What is that like?
Come grab us 2
We
thingies.
re-riveted the airbags in there,
Lovely jubbly.
connect them back up, and we can start putting the roof liner back in.
Oh, lovely. That's what we need. Oh, where's the wire?
Oh, freaking hell.
Everything's in, airbags in. Roof liner's sound. Look at that, not a crease in it, man.
Oh.
Back a little bit there. Lovely jubbly.
So before we carry on with today's video, I'd like to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, Car Vertical.
If you don't want to buy a wreck like we have here, you definitely need to do a car vertical check on any car or bike you're thinking about buying.
If you don't do a check, you've got no idea of what the history of the vehicle is.
Or what it could be hiding.
Luckily with Car Vertical, it's really easy to do.
Head over to carvertical.com and enter the vehicle's reg or the VIN and hit check vehicle.
With each history check, Car Vertical gathers information from over 1,000 global data sources and makes it really easy to understand everything. No matter where you are in the world, you can do one of these checks on any car or motorbike.
On top of that, if you use our promo code TR, you'll get 10% off each and every car vertical check that you do. Just click the link in the description below.
Let's do a quick check on our BMW M4.
This will show us any hidden damage reports, although it's pretty obvious it's damaged, but it'll also show if it's had mileage rollback, common faults of each model.
Tell us if it's ever been stolen, and just give us a full picture of the vehicle's history.
Don't forget to use our promo code TR for 10% off. Right, back to the video.
Right, so after getting the centre console out, Andy's going to tackle this bit on his own because I've gone on Aldi with the missus and the baby. To be honest, I can't even remember if I went on Aldi there, you know. Where did I go? I definitely wasn't there for a few days, like.
Yeah. Right, let's get this dash out. So as far as dashes go, this wasn't actually a bad one to do. You need to make sure that doesn't spin. We had to start off pulling the carbon fibre trims off, which do take a bit of a yank, but they come off alright. And then it's basically undoing all the electrics. There's wires everywhere, and the best thing to do is remember where the wires go and how they're routed. That's the most difficult bit of doing the dash, really. Other than that, it's undo screws and put them back in. So when I was removing it all, I was taking photos of where the wires were routed, and it's to see where the wires were going, so we'll get them right. Otherwise, it can become a nightmare.
After I left Andy alone taking the dash out, we did actually get broken into and we got all GoPros and Canon cameras and everything stolen, so we are actually missing a good bit of footage from taking the dash out.
So yeah, 6 o'clock, text message, I think one of the vans has been broken into outside. I wasn't panicking too much at first because I thought we haven't really got that much in the vans really. A lot of the guys, you know, take their tools out at the end of the day. So I wasn't panicking too much even though I thought about damage and stuff. Both vans they'd kind of got into, but looking around thinking, look, they're kind of taking that much. And at the time we had a marquee, like a big tent outside the front. I don't think they were criminal masterminds. Like I say, there was zips on every single angle of the tent. They could have got in multiple ways and they spent little bit of time slashing the life out of it to get in. Literally walking over to the entrance, I just glanced over to the right and saw like a big slice in the side of the tent. Obviously run over, and then as soon as I looked round the corner, there was just smashed glass everywhere. They'd literally kicked the bottom panel in. And yeah, just gobsmacked, to be honest. Gobsmacked that they could be so brazen.
Let's go.
They had about probably 3.5, 4 hours, and I'm kind of sat in my office before I properly looked through the camera footage thinking, oh, this will be really sophisticated and there'll be some lorry outside and a getaway driver. And the first thing that I saw on the clip was like, I thought it was a hairdryer, and I'm like looking around in the office, and all of a sudden this moped, this 50cc moped comes bombing past, and they've got all the work lights on there and they've got like bags on their back, 50cc, whoom, straight past. So yeah, not quite as sophisticated as I first thought.
Hey, go in.
You know, we spoke to Matt's videographers at High Peak, and we got some advice on the GoPros and all this fantastic equipment, and had it for about, I don't know, 2 weeks. They sold everything, the GoPros, the diagnostics as well. I think we had the diagnostics for about, I don't know, a few days. That was about £1,200, the diagnostics tool, and yeah, they took that. Adam was more upset about the fact that he'd programmed it all in, spent about 2 days programming it to have to do it all again, but again, these things happen, I suppose.
They didn't touch the car, or try and break into the car? Or...
No.
Didn't touch it.
I don't think they wanted to bother with it, to be honest. They took one look at that front wheel and I thought, nah, they're all right. Tools can be replaced, and some of the equipment that we've got can be replaced, and that's why you have insurance, I suppose. But the stuff that really hurts is the personal stuff. My little boy's first birthday present, a little bit of a keepsake, he's 4 now. And then Matt bought Xander for Christmas last year, like a little vintage car, little red vintage car. And he used to love coming down to the office to see Dad. Well, not to see Dad, to drive this car, you know, around the office, and he was going, you know, around the reception area and everything else. And they nicked that. It's just, you know, a nice little present, something that he loved. But they nicked it, you know, a little vintage toy car, which kind of shows mindset, I suppose, really. And it's how you kind of respond to it, how you bounce back. That's why we've got insurance. That's why I'm organised, and I've got all the cameras everywhere. And today's another day, and we'll just carry on as, you know, as normal. That's just kind of how I see it, I suppose.
Some thick flop on there today. They're going fluffy, that machine. You know what that is actually, don't you? Joe topped everything off the other day. Noticed it starts getting grim, the froth. Yeah, spooning out anyway, it's horrible, isn't it? After them taking the cameras and stuff like that, we haven't actually got the footage at all of the dash coming out, so you'll have to just deal with the dash going back in.
Right, time to put the new dash in. Right, so here's the dash going back in. Yeah, Bart's trying to remember where all the wires go, so you'll see me looking at my phone quite a lot. I took a load of photos when it was coming out to see where all the wires were routed. That's the hardest bit about doing a dash. Putting it in is dead easy, you just put all the screws back in to find where the wires go, so I refer to my phone quite a lot.
Say for instance the centre of the dash goes round, like, what was it there in the middle of the fan blowers and stuff like that? Once it's all the way in, there's no gap, is there, to feed cables back through, so you've got to pull it back off again, get your cable up, to be able to push it back on, haven't you? So.
Right, I've just double checked because I've seen that, gone back through my video, it didn't have nothing in it, so it must be for some kind of option that this has not got. Same with this on the stereo. Always take note if there's any empty plugs Obviously all these are just colour coded, they're easy enough. So if we fix this on now. New airbag. The tape. Right, so after getting the dash in, steering wheel on, all looks great, and it's only when I turn the steering wheel I realise I've left the tape on the squib.
So as we mentioned in the first episode, it's about taping the squib up. It's important to tape the squib up so the squib doesn't turn whilst the steering wheel's off, but it's just as important to make sure you take the tape back off when you fit the steering wheel. Dopey ass over there doesn't.
Pressure.
Yeah, so as you can see, the windows get bonded in, but this bonding stuff's bad if you get it on your fingers. It'll stain your hands black for days. Bad stuff to get on your fingers, that stuff. Honestly, when we used to put them windows in the vans and all that, you get it on your fingers and it's there for easy a week. You can scrub at it and scrub at it, it just stains your fingers black. Bad stuff.
Fresh windscreen.
Don't bother with trims in.
Leave them off an eye.
But it's getting sprayed. What did they put as a special coating in it?
Yeah, it's just another coating inside the windscreen. And on them coated windscreens, when you're still outside, it looks like purpley tint to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's called a heat resistant windscreen. Stops the heat from getting in the car.
Now we've got the window fitted, we can look at this getting the suspension on.
Just get out.
The damage at the suspension was literally utter mangled, like there was not a salvageable bit on it. So we found a whole new suspension leg and caliper and disc on Facebook Marketplace. Looking on eBay, you can pick a caliper up on its own for 400 quid. And we managed to find a full leg, disc, caliper. I think that was 500 quid. So we've picked a whole lot up really for the price of one caliper on what you can get on eBay. That's where they're gonna go, yeah, f off, that's because you've stripped the car down the road, that's why.
The brush stinks.
Stinks even, man.
Right, so now the suspension's done, we're going to trial fit the wing.
And see how well it fits.
Oh, wheels on it now.
We've noticed a couple of the brackets are a little bit out of place, so we're going to give them a bit of a love tap with the hammer, get them in the right place.
That going in there.
We managed to get the bumper off quite nice, to be honest. It's not as bad as we thought it was, so I think it is savable. Like,
Yeah, there is a bit of a fold on it, so you put heat into plastic and you can push it back into place. When it cools down, it sort of stays there. So we're just trying to get the shape back. Yeah, so after finding some scratches in the spoiler, we're just going to sand it on the car because it's easier than it moving around on the bench.
try and get these scratches out to be removed. So, it's a decent gouge in it, like as if the direction of it though, it must have been as if like a bloody big stone's come over the car and just slapped the spoiler for where it was and how bad it was. Like, just taking the lacquer back down to
It's basically
low as you can.
It's like sandpaper.
Yeah, go on the top is.
Dan was a non-believer of fixing this spoiler. He was like, nah, it's ready for the bin, that we're gonna have to buy another one. But we said to him, we'll sort it, don't worry about it. Go and hide under your desk, Dan.
Really? And that's just, you think that'll just come out like that? Nice and shiny?
No, you'll go fine.
It just baffled me really. I moved in and they had sandpaper on it. I'm thinking, oh my God, isn't like the carbon the most expensive part of the car? Like, yeah, no, we're fine. I'm thinking, oh my God, literally like going over, sanding it. If they weren't so tight, I'd think that by the time they'd finished that, after everything they'd done, scratching it, sanding it, if they weren't so tight, I'd think they'd actually like replaced it out of their own money just to prove me wrong, because they wouldn't do that. So they definitely got fixed properly.
Oh, we're laughing here.
Kill one side of them. What's it do?
Yes.
amazing to be honest to see the outcome of that really. But they always amaze me with stuff that they do. I think that's part of the reason that, you know, I teamed up with them, and because they can turn their hands to anything. They don't know something, they learn it. You know, they got quite a lot of stick in the first video, which I thought was quite funny, to be fair. You know, you're not taking it seriously, and, you know, a little bit of a joke, and are you real mechanics? People are going to be, I hope, amazed over time with how capable they actually are. But yeah, they are impressive to watch, and it's nice to see their capabilities on a daily basis. It's yeah, I never tell them this, by the way, but it is quite impressive.
Lee, I can hear something rattling around in this little compartment. Saying that, what there's one locking wheel nut on it. It's going to be the locking wheel nut. I mean, I've not checked yet, but it rattles like a locking nut. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, we lost that. I had to borrow a mate's tool to get it off. The locking nuts off.
Now the car's ready for a test drive, we're going to take it out, see what it runs like really. What's that noise?
What?
What's that noise?
Shut up.
Well, possibly could be actually, yeah. That's not dirty brakes, that. A bad noise.
Oh, it's not through the beer.
Not really, no. It sounds like crop bearing, or something like that. That's the light up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Speedo's not working either. After taking the car out for a test drive, we heard a bit of a whirring noise.
We've noticed it's doing a bit of a whirring sound. Yeah. People know what that is though. It's going round, isn't it? Yeah. Apart from the whirring noise, like everything else seems to go into gear nice, sounds lovely. Or naughty, depending on what you're into.
Well, once switch your drives,
Yeah.
it goes forward.
Move forward and backwards.
Bring it back in, we'll get it on the ramp and we'll investigate.
We then started it right in here. From like there to there.
Okay, so now it's on the ramp, we've noticed the prop shafts rubbing on the exhaust heat shield, obviously in the crash or whatever's gone under the car in the crash, or it's pulled the exhaust shield down a little bit.
The thing is,
What?
take all the exhaust off. It's the props under there.
Oh.
These are our subframe braces. Are also going to come off. This is a way to get it off. Just sell spares or repair.
After removing the exhaust and bending the heat shield down, took it out for another test drive. Can't be 80 there now because our lap's off.
There's a little bit stuck. Skip up there. No noise. Just a damaged heat shield.
Usually droopy that.
Yeah. Ah.
Exhaust clamp.
Heat shield, yeah. Yeah. Couldn't even get under it, we just have to listen to it falling off. Should have thought about that.
Yeah.
That's tight. Your pants.
Well done, eh?
Let's go.
Yeah. So now it's time to get it on the trailer and take it to paint.
So if you've enjoyed today's video,
Please like and subscribe. Please don't forget to like, but don't, emphasis on the don't like. Make it a nice calm don't, not an angry don't.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gentle don't, but
I
you know.
think use your first bit because I can't get that bit out actually.
So if you've enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it's the best way to help out the channel.
Thanks for all the positive comments in the first video. It really gave us a boost of confidence, so thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, so I like that.
Do you want to do that again? Wait.
So if you enjoyed, nah. All I'll be able to